our mocap using advanced skeleton. So I have my character referenced in. This is a reference, not an import. Now I'm just going to drag my FBX mocap into my scene. Now it might not look like anything has happened, but that's because we have joints turned off. So we're going to turn joints on, and now we see our mocap skeleton T-pose. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go into front view. I'm just going to frame up. Now my mocap is from Rococo, and when I bring it in, I have a reference joint here. None of this is actually animated, even though it does have keys. So I'm just going to delete the keys. I'm just going to cut them and have no keys there. I'm going to go to my T-pose and I'm just going to scale it up. Now it's nice because the scale is at the origin, so it makes this a little bit easier. But essentially what we want to do is line up our mocap skeleton to our character's proportions. If we were to retarget it right now, some of our steps and things might be a little bit funky because it's not the proper proportions. So I'm just going to scale this up and line it up for, about the arms. I don't need to move the arms out so the hand and the wrist really line up. That's okay, because we're going to clean this up anyways later on. But I just want to get the overall height and basic proportions. So that's feeling good there. I'm going to turn on X-ray joints. This is a nice way to see how it lines up. We can even go into the side view. Might just move this back ever so slightly, just to be a little bit more in the middle. Again, the joints don't need to be perfectly in position, but just enough to get a better solve here. So my next step is going to be to open up the advanced skeleton picker. So I'm in the advanced skeleton shelf, and I'm just going to go here to the picker, and we have this set up. Now, because it's referenced in, it is recognizing the namespace here, which is Prince Rig version 19. If you had multiple advanced skeleton characters, you can select their namespace in this dropdown. But I only have the one. So under Anim, we're going to go to Mocap Matcher. And Mocap Matcher is going to bring up this tool, very similar to the Name Matcher tool in Advanced Skeleton. Now out of Rococo, I selected the preset Mixamo Rig. The reason I did this is because Mixamo is a pretty standard skeleton that many programs actually recognize. So there's already a template and it actually already recognized the skeleton in here. Now if it didn't recognize the skeleton, I can hit this drop down and you can see there's a bunch of other templates. So Rococo skeleton, an Unreal skeleton, Deep Motion, Motion Builder, Move AI. There's a lot that is just here already. Now if you had a custom mocap skeleton, you can actually retarget it here. So you would go to New, and then you would start to fill this out accordingly. This basically just says the root in Advanced Skeleton is actually called hips in the Mixamo skeleton. Spine 1 is spine 1, chest is actually spine 2 in the Mixamo skeleton. So these are just some things to keep in mind. As you can see here, the namespaces are already set up. So I have Advanced Skeleton is recognizing my Prince Rig version 19 namespace. And when I imported this Mixamo Rig, it actually recognized the namespace. Unfortunately, the arms and the spine do have to be FK for this to work, but they have a nice little feature here for the feet that says use IK feet, which I really like. Or if you didn't want to use that feature, you can hit this button and it'll set it all to FK. So now I'm just going to hit the button Connect Mocap Skeleton. And now if I scrub, you'll see it's all connected. Pretty nice, pretty simple, but there's one more step. This is just connected. This is essentially parenting all of these controls to the mocap skeleton. So now what we need to do is bake. So I'm just going to hit bake. And it's going to run through. And now everything is baked out. So I can actually select my skeleton here and hit delete. And I still have everything baked onto my controllers here. Now the next step is to get everything onto IK controllers. This all depends on your workflow and your shot, what you need. You might like to use FK, and that's totally fine. I personally like to use IK, so I'm going to bake this down. Now Advanced Skeleton also has a tool for that. So I'm going to go back to my picker, hit Anim, and there's a bake tool. So I'm just going to hit bake. And what's nice is there's a little drop down, and I can say FK to IK for the arm left. So I'm just going to select that, and I'm going to hit OK Bake. Before I do that, there is a check mark that says Baking Motion Capture. It says it will match the elbow and knee rotation instead of position. I've gotten some funky results with that, where it actually changes my mocap just a little bit, so I leave that unchecked. But you could check it on and see what it does for your take. So I'm just going to hit OK Bake, and you're going to see it's going to run through, and it's just going to bake down the arm left. And now that that's all set on the arm left, I'm going to do the same for the arm right. So now I have both my arms baked from FK to IK, and I can start tweaking my mocap now.